Good morning. So as I'm walking, there's these little tiny black grasshoppers. And as I'm walking up, they're jumping out of the way because I'm considered dangerous, I guess, to them because they think I'm going to step on them. But they're jumping out of the way of danger. But for so long in my life, I didn't do that. I didn't jump out of the way of danger. I had hypertension. I had kidney disease, liver disease. I had neuropathy. I had diabetes that was very out of control. My A1C levels were close to comatose. And yet I kept going in the same direction. I wasn't jumping out of the way of danger. Till one day, I found myself thinking about, and I know this is going to sound a little morbid, but, well, you know how you get to a certain weight, and those of you that have been morbidly obese, you get to a certain weight that you just stop going to the doctor because you don't want them to weigh you. You don't want to hear the lecture. You don't want to hear how your body's failing you and you're going to die before you're 70. You don't want to hear that stuff. That's such a downer. So you just don't go. That was me. I just didn't go to the doctor. I stopped going because the highest weight they clipped me at was 285. Somewhere between there and 290. And it was the same old story. On my chart, I think it even said non-compliant. Because I wasn't doing anything to improve my health. Sure, I was taking the medicine they gave me. I was taking the glimepiride and the Toujeo and the metformin. What else? There was like 4 different diabetic medicines. I was taking gabapentin for the neuropathy. I was taking statins for the hypertension. I was taking methocarbamol. I mean, I was on so many meds, but I wasn't getting better. The meds just kept me where I was. As far as my illness, maybe it kept me from dying, I don't know, but I stopped going to the doctor for several months because I didn't want to get weighed. I didn't want to hear the lecture. I wasn't jumping out of the way of danger. I was still in it. I was heading toward it. It was heading toward me. And then one day I stepped on the scale at home. And I was right at 300 pounds. I think it was 297. That was the day. That was the day that I said I was going to die. And I started envisioning my funeral. That sounds awful to say, but I started envisioning my funeral. I started envisioning how my kids were going to feel and how I failed them. I failed my husband because he wouldn't be ready for me to leave. I wouldn't be ready for me to leave. And it was in that moment that my why got really super big. My why to be healthy was because I wasn't ready to leave. I wasn't ready to leave my family, my husband, my friends. But if I didn't jump out of the way of danger, that's what was going to happen. And you would think it'd be instinct. You would think that our body would go into self-preservation mode. You know, like these little black grasshoppers. They start seeing the danger coming and they jump out of the way. Why wasn't I jumping out of the way? But that nearly 300 pounds, I started moving. I started researching the best ways to be healthy. And I tried different things. Throughout my whole life, I tried different things. I even had a gastric sleeve done in 2007. And I never lost more than 35 pounds. And I weighed more after the sleeve than I did before having it done. So at that juncture, I had to make a decision that I was going to jump out of the way of danger, or I wasn't going to make it out of my 60s. I wasn't going to live long enough to finish out my time here on earth, the time that God actually has allotted for me. So if that's where you are today, I really ask that you take a look at where are you right now. Are you morbidly obese, just a little overweight? Wherever you are right now in that weight realm, or maybe you're not overweight, but you're just very unhealthy. I ask that you take a look at what you're putting in your body. What are you doing? Are you taking these man-made drugs and injecting them in your body to try and lose the weight? That can't be right. I even tried that one time. And I did it for such a short period because it just didn't seem right. I don't think we're meant to inject man-made products into our body or take them orally or whatever to lose weight. I mean, maybe it will jumpstart you, I don't know. But it's not the way to go. The only way to go is to be healthy, to eat right, to get exercise. You need to control what you're putting in your mouth. You need to control what you're putting on your plate and what you're consuming. That is the only way you're going to be healthy. It's not easy. But danger is right there. It's right in front of you. You've got to jump out of the way. If you listen to anything I ever say on my channel, I really want you to listen to the danger that's in front of you. I want you to understand that danger is going to kill you. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but it's killing you slowly. You're poisoning your body with all this terrible food, with the lack of exercise. Our bodies are meant to be moved. Pay attention to the danger. And then start taking the steps to jump out of the way. Y'all have a great blessed day, and go raw or go home.